Saturday. It's the afternoon already, but it's Saturday. You don't hear music playing on the radio. It's not something that you have to listen to. Let's get outside. Let's get the garage opened up. Let's get into something, and hopefully we don't make too big of a mess. Well, it's wide out. Let the camera adjust there. Okay. It's cloudy today. A little cool too. Spiders hanging all over. But, yeah, let's get started. Alrighty, we're back out at the old 63 Chevy. I want to attempt pull the front wheels off, pull the drums off. See if we can maybe do something with the bearings on this, or at least check them. Pretty sure I got new ones in a box. Seem to remember buying some a while ago, and they were sitting in the house for a while, so I threw them out here. Somewhere, there they are. Hopefully I've got everything if I so decide to do them, but yeah, let's get you set up here and see if we can't pop these lug nuts off. I know I've had the wheels off at least once because I've resprayed them, so let's see what happens. Loosen those up. I got two still holding it on. That one back on just so we don't lose it. Good sign the wheel moved as we loosened it, so it's not stuck on there. Let me get this thing jacked up, and then we'll bring you back when we got some stuff pulled apart. So far so good. Okay, got my oversized ratchet set. I've never used this. I bought it, but I've never used it. 1 7/8. Of course, I need. No, we're not going to do the brakes. That's pretty much just a dust cap, I think. And to be honest with you, it's rolling pretty good. Oh, she's still smells like grease. We might be able just to get away with the repack, but so I don't know what the condition are of these brakes. That's kind of part of the reason taking this apart. I'm gonna get my grease gun out too and grease this thing up. If you can see, probably not, the old manual steering box up in here. I think this was the first year coil springs for these trucks. Might not be a bad idea to think about new shocks too. These don't look like they're leaking, but only need two. There's no shocks on the back of this thing. So, alrighty, let me grab some more stuff and get this thing pulled apart. See what we're looking at. Okay, thought the camera was rolling, but it wasn't. So we got the outer bearing off, got the nut off. Rear brake shoe is holding us up a little bit. There we go. Inner race looks real good. Rear bearings look alright. Not leaking. Shoes have lots of meat on them. So I think we just need to figure out how to clean these bearings up and re-grease them. There it goes. It's looking pretty good. Figured I'd bring y'all in here and get a close-up of the mess. Until it's kind of tight. Could have moved the trucks, but there's enough room to work here. So, this is what we're looking at. Yes, this is rusty. That's not where the bearings ride. So, the seal looks good. Doesn't appear to be leaking. The master cylinder's not leaking, or the wheel cylinder's not leaking. I got lots of meat left on those shoes, and they don't appear to be split or broken. Here's the hub. If you can see inside there, I don't see any issues with the outer wheel race. Still got some cleanup to do, but the inner looks really good. What you're seeing there is just residual grease from cleaning. I gotta get in there some more and get all this old goo out. I did break the cotter pin. Oh well, I got a box of those. But I mean, the flat washer, the nut, everything looks real good in here. So, you know, for as beat as this truck looks, it got some maintenance done to it. So, I think we're going to be good. Mechanically, this thing seems to be so far pretty solid. Thank goodness. But I'm going to continue cleaning up these. Let's walk around here, stumble our way through around everything, the mess and the garbage, and I got my supervisor out here making sure everything's going all right. So, yeah, am I doing okay? Must be. Boring you, everything's going too smooth. No questions for the boss, so. Got mail today. So I did sacrifice a little bit of gas, or yeah, a little bit of gasoline, my ethanol-free gas. So, come on. Yeah, there's the bearings. I don't see any discoloration, no pitting. Maybe a little bit on that one. It's wiping off. It's just a little bit of residual grease. So I got the other bearing in there as well soaking. So I don't want to touch the camera with this hand. It's got gasoline all over it now. Hold on a sec. Let's see if we can do this. One-handed flip. Hold on. Here we go. Woo! So we're looking good on the driver's side. We'll finish cleaning it up. I'll button it back up, and then we're going to pop over to the passenger side. Alrighty, there's our bearings out of our gasoline soak. They're looking really good. I don't see any issues. That one's got a little, oh, that's wiping off. Some grease. It's looking alright. So, into the inner. Discolored because I got some residual oils and whatnot on it, but everything's looking real good. There's a grimy gasoline. So let's get some gloves out. I had to go up to the parts store. I got a couple of jugs of grease. Couldn't find mine. You know, when we did the Jimmy, putting all the front end back together on this thing, I had a container. I think I left it at Kevin's place. I think because we'd used most of it. I didn't want to just throw it out, so I just donated it to him. But oh no, high temp disc brake wheel bearing grease. Oh no. Hopefully it works for drum brakes. I don't know. It'll be fine. Wheel bearing grease is just about the same world around. So I don't know what brand these are. I was looking. I can't. I don't know if you guys can see that better than I can. I'm looking at it through the screen. It's got something. This one here looked like, get the light just right here. It said Hyatt. Can't quite see the part number. Something 5177. Made in USA. Would it be something if these are the originals to the truck? We're pretty well clean on the drum. We'll give a final wipe down. Get the spindle finished up. Or just give it a quick wipe down. Make sure the grease seal in the back is still good. I'm not replacing that. And yeah, start slamming her all back together. Greasy mess. Just about packed on this one. Squeezing up through. Pretty good. Got the main bearing on there already. Get past the shoes. This is why I don't like the little chintzy gloves. I need to get a hammer. Could have tried backing that shoe off a little bit, but too late now. Okay. Now we put the outer guy on. Look at that. Now we put the washer. This little keyway. That on. Put the nut on. I'm not going to find another cotter pin yet. Something's going on. Lots of sirens rolling around right now. It's getting snug. We're going to have to... Oh, these don't like that anymore. Well, that's almost spot on for the... cotter pin. Wire down to seat everything good. Nice and snug. It's really a little too tight still. Problem is I have to brake drag it a little bit, so. We'll go with that. We will go with that. Nothing feels loose, so cotter pin. Okay, there's the broken one. That looks like a good replacement. Even in the right orientation for finding that little opening. Looks like it's right there, but yep, it is. Okay. Why are you not going all the way in? There it is. Yes. What's going on here? That one back. Over just a little bit more. And that's good. It's good. And then, you know what, just for, you know what's and all that good stuff. A little bit of grease into the cap. Up and it gets to flowing a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit more. Lubrication. And just like that, I think we're done. I'm not gonna bother greasing this thing tonight, the chassis, because I'm running out of daylight here. The other side done yet, so I'm gonna go bust that out. Probably put the wheel back on this one because I can grease everything with the wheel on, and we'll go get the other side squared away, and we'll bring you back. Actually, we'll tear it apart and we'll see what we find first. But yeah, let's get that wheel back on and we'll bring you guys back in a bit. Okay, wheels off. That is a new wheel stud. I remember having to do that. Broke one, or one was missing. It's just a hair too short. It's flush back there, so cap is loose. Not nearly as much grease in that one. What do I do with the pliers? I'm going to sit down for this one. Does it work? Putting tape on the floor to mark some stuff. I should have had a kneeling pad or something, but I didn't. I'm paying for it now. My knees are hurting today. This cotter pin's been used a couple times before. on now. Almost. There it is. Didn't break this one. I'll probably put a new one on it just to be safe. So, actually, let me back that up just a hair. It's about where it was. This one drags more than the other side did. This side looks pretty good. That shock is not leaking. Need to get in and grease this thing. Got an electric grease gun, nice DeWalt. Gets loaded up with grease. Come on out of there. You can do it. I've come off the bearing and everything. Initially that doesn't look too bad. Looks just like the other side. That one's on there a lot tighter. This one we may try to back off a little bit. But there it is, same old grease. Doesn't smell too sour. Lots of shoe left. We're not leaking from the wheel cylinder. Pretty much same as last side. Second verse, same as the first. Little discoloring on the end of the spindle there, but it feels smooth, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just going to roll with it. Okay, good old brass wedge. Which way is that bearing looking like? It wants to come out outboard, doesn't it? Or does it? No, it should go towards the inboard. There it goes. So, I'm going to place you right back in there. So we don't lose you. I'm going to go dump these in the gasoline. Alrighty, everything's pretty well cleaned up. There's not nearly as much grease packed into that inner chamber there on the hub as the other side. Bearings. Got a little residual grease in there, but dump them back into my parts washer. There's something holding around inside there. Hopefully it's not bearing related. Yeah, that one's gonna go back in for a minute. It's got a little bit of schmutz on it still. Those are the outers. Looks to be the same bearings as the other side, Hyatt. Made in the USA. That one's nice and clean. Yeah, like I said, there was hardly any excess grease packed into this one. I was gonna try backing that off too, a couple of clicks. See if I get those drums to ease up, and then I still got to flush it. I haven't done that yet either. But no, everything's looking real good. Races are all nice and smooth, no burn marks, no scoring. I think we're in good shape to put it back together. Fresh grease, and away we go. Humidity is going up right now. I had to go inside for a little bit and sit down. Drink some water. I was getting a little pickish, a little dehydrated. So backed them off. The other side, I didn't see the little port on the bottom. This one has it. I went back over and looked at the other side, and it was just packed full of dirt and grease and garbage and whatnot. So, of course, now that's all inside the drum. So I may be pulling that other side back off. I'll do that off camera. But yeah, I backed these off so now the drum slides right on. But I didn't clean the cap. Let's clean the cap. Yeah, the drum on the inside of this one looks real good again. This one's got a little bit of grooving in it, but I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue for a non-daily driven vehicle. I know the brakes work. Doesn't seem to pull from one side to the other, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. This a quick once over again, get the keyway out. The seal is back in place. And yeah, there's no leakage from either wheel cylinder, so I'm not going to touch them. I'm glad to see that. Like I said, I got lots of meat on the shoes. Probably could use a good cleaning and put the dabs of grease behind everything, but I'm not going to worry about it. So we are now going to goop up some bearings. Everything spins. Yeah, these bearings look real good too. Same brand as the other side, so get a paper towel off there. Okay, in a sec. Let's get the drum on. Drum and hub. Without getting too much dirt on my greasy hands. Oop. Almost forgot. I gotta pack that Avoid. These 1-ton truck parts are heavy. Well, mess out of my glove. All the dirt off, so when I pack this next little bearing, I'm not packing it full of dirty grease. Squeezing out all over. Make sure we put it in the right way. Put the washer in. And the nut. Well, I got my greasy gloves on. Let's go ahead and take care of the cap. Just give it some extra grease if it needs it when it gets warm and starts flowing. It's supposed to start raining tonight. Definitely feel the front starting to move in. Last time I checked, it wasn't supposed to start raining until after midnight, but things change, especially with the weather. Double gloved. I don't like these thin ones. They just kind of tears too easily. So, get this guy run down. Grease out of the way before I smell it. Sit in it, step in it, lean on it. Get everything tightened up and seated. How the other side should have been, but that brake was dragging. So that's our hole right there. If I go flat beyond, it's probably too tight. That stuff feels pretty good. One more. That's a little snug. Let's go back one. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to readjust that other side. Cutter pen. Which one did we use? That looks like a good fit. Pliers. Alrighty. Throw the cap back on. Maybe. And this side is done. Nice little afternoon project. Dog fan with the sirens going on. Getting too wet for this. And the dust cap is on. And I tore my glove. That's okay, because I think we're done with this side. Let's get the tools out of the way. Pull the wheel over. These things are heavy. Probably some of these are heavier than the 3/4 ton wheels and tires. Those are big wheels and tires. Well, I say that. Those are 16 by 8s on the red and white truck. These are 17.5s. Yeah, 8R17.5 RT 500. So it's a heavy duty commercial grade tire. I don't know how many ply it is. Max load single, 2,910 pounds, 85 psi. Duals, which is a dually, she's 2,750 per tire. That's better than what, 5,400 pounds on the back of this thing per side. Come on, where are you at? Whew. That is a heavy wheel. Yeah, it's nice to have this done. Know what I got underneath the wheels. Good to know the front brakes are looking in good shape. Bearings are good. Have to get the torque wrench out and torque them. I haven't done the other side yet. Don't remember what these are supposed to go for. Alrighty. Oh, let's go look up the torque on these. See what we're supposed to set them at. After we get it back on the ground, of course. The old Harbor Freight jack stand out here. These are the suspect ones. They've got the seam. But we're keeping an eye on them. When that recall came out, I did check them all. Mine were not affected, but I may just buy another pair of the good ones, the solid cast ones. Just to have a set. Alrighty. Whew, I need another quick break. We're torqued, 120 inch-pounds. The book going through there says, yeah, go check the specifications section. I went through the entire specifications section. Doesn't say anything about wheel torque. Tells me the torque for fenders, tells me head bolt torque, tells me torque for the springs, tells me the torque to put the grill back on. Doesn't tell me how much torque to use on the wheel nuts. So I jumped on the internet. Anything from 110 to 160. Found one listing that said 185. It's like, yeah, it's now. So found one forum that was talking about that the tire shop did them at 140 and snapped a bunch of them. So I thought, I'll do 120. Seems to be kind of the lower end of the middle of the road of the halfway point, partway there. So, and I didn't snap any, so brakes look real good. Bearings look real good. I did find something though that we're gonna have to fix. And unfortunately it means probably tearing everything back apart. When I was going through the book, I came across the bearings, the wheel bearings section. And it specifically calls out low temperature grease, lithium style grease. This is high temp. So it's probably a thicker grease. So I don't know, I'll do a little bit of research and just see if I can get away with this. Not that I'm towing with it, I'm not hauling with it, I'm not even driving the darn thing. Probably be just fine. So, but if I have to, another afternoon project. Tear it all back apart, remove all the good grease that I wasted, and go from there. So, good practice run, right? I don't know why I have an extra washer in my kit there. But anywho, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to get this uploaded, get you guys to watching it. I got a couple other things I want to attempt to do to the vehicles this weekend. But we're probably not going to do that till tomorrow, because I'm getting a little tired. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. I want to clean up and go inside and enjoy my evening. Talk to you later. Bye.